Is Saturday, March 7th, 2026. We'll give it a few minutes for people to join and we'll get started. Yeah, we have some people trickling in, so we'll give it another minute and we'll get going. It is a hot day today in Tennessee. It's at least 80 degrees today. But I did get to go to the range for the first time in a long time, so that was good. And I will be announcing the winners of the giveaways in a few minutes as well. We do have them time to time. I get sent a lot of stuff to review, and I just like to pass them on. There's Mike. How you doing, brother? And Duke, hello to you too. Thank you for joining. I have some gun news I'll go through first, like we always do. This is a big win for Second Amendment. In Washington, D.C., the court struck down a ban on magazines with over 10-round capacity, and that is huge. And I'm hoping that being the court ruled that unconstitutional, that it will follow suit to other states like New Jersey and California and New York. So that was a huge win. Yesterday, Senator Mike Lee of Utah introduced a national constitutional carry bill, and I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on that one. And that bill proposes anyone that is not a felon can purchase and carry a firearm without a license or permit. So I don't really think it's got a snowball's chance in hell of going through, but I will keep an eye on that one anyway. I do want to apologize to my viewers for last Saturday's stream. I did let some of the agitators get to me, and I will no longer give them that satisfaction. Myself and the moderators will just make them go away, but I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of take me out of the norm, and that's not what this channel is about. Another thing I want to discuss, I'd like to know y'all's opinion on this because I'm kind of torn about it. Colin Gray is the father of Colt Gray, who at 14 years old brought his rifle to school and started shooting people and killed people. His father gifted him an AR-15. The kid took it to school and shot people, and the father was found guilty on all 27 charges of murder and manslaughter. And that's a tough one. I'm really torn with that. May have been irresponsible, but I think that was a little harsh. You know, when it starts getting to the point where parents become criminally negligible for their kids' actions. Where does it end? It's not even for the shootings. Right on there, Doug Willits. The problem I have with that really is that he gifted his son an AR-15. I do not believe the man thought his son was going to actually go to school and kill people. And the kid was 14 at the time. He's probably not going to get that stiff of a sentence. And for his father, probably going to wind up getting sentenced to 30 years or more. Look at it this way. Say a kid gets into an accident and hits a pedestrian and kills him. And I'm not talking about the kid being drunk. I'm just saying the kid took his parents' car with their permission, had an accident and killed somebody. Are they going to now charge the parents and say the parents should have known better and not let their kid drive the car? I mean, see, the problem with this is, where does it end? I think he should have some accountability. I mean, if the kid is a minor, maybe the gun should have been locked in a gun safe. And at 14 years old, the kid uses the gun unsupervised. But heck, when I was a kid, my dad had guns in the garage and they weren't even locked. They were in a cabinet in the garage on top of his workbench. And the thought never occurred to me to take the gun to school or anything like that. But I just think him being charged with 27 counts of murder for the actions that his son committed was a little excessive. All right. So I did get to go to the range today, and I did get to fire my new Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 10 millimeter. And I was very pleased with it. I know I badmouthed the Smith & Wesson pistols because the triggers I find very gritty, but it's a different trigger on the M&P 10 millimeter. It's a flat face trigger. I didn't find it gritty at all. Actually, I found it to be a very nice trigger. It mitigates recoil fairly well. I was very happy with it. I mean, the first time out of the box, it shot extremely well. And that's with the suppressor height sights that took a few shots to get used to. So I'm really happy with that. Yeah, old grouch guy, yeah, that's true too. Like, when we were kids, we didn't have the internet. There's a lot of things now that go viral. I mean, we did a lot of stupid crap when we were kids. So thank God there was no internet back then. But I still find this disturbing on a lot of levels that parents being charged with crimes their minor children are committing. And again, like I said earlier, I am not going to engage with the people that post stupid comments. Will just make you go away. This is a channel that people should be able to let their children watch with them. So I will basically tone down what I did last week. I do see we have a bunch of new people on the stream. So I appreciate that. That's a good thing. That means YouTube is pushing it out to more people. We do this live stream every Wednesday at at 8 o'clock Eastern and every Saturday at 12 noon Eastern. And Kablamo, good morning, brother. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. You know, Lavish, if you have to ask. And again, thanks to our moderators. This channel would not be the success it is if it wasn't for you guys, because you guys helped me drain the swamp, so I thank you. Chicken Guy, absolutely. The Ruger RXM is actually probably the best pistol on the market for the money right now. Like I said, as an instructor, I used to have a lot of students ask me, what's a good gun to get? And I always used to recommend the Glock 19, but I am no longer a Glock poster child. I tell everyone now to get a Ruger RXM. Out of the box, it's got more features than the Glock, shoots as well, and in my opinion, I just think it's a better gun for the money. Hey, Mimi, thanks for joining. So again, we do the stream every Wednesday evening, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, every Saturday at 12 noon Eastern. Yeah, I every day carry my Colts as well. Not every day, but I do carry them. Every firearm I do own, I carry. So, all right. Now that we have people here, I will announce the winners of the giveaways. I agree, old grouchy guy. You shoot whatever you shoot best. What's good for one is not good for everybody. I mean, that's the thing about guns, right? It's not a one size fits all. And I love my P320s. I have it in 9mm, 45 ACP, and X10 comp. And mine never shot anybody either. All right, so let's go over the winners for the giveaway. So congratulations to Ozzy Osbourne. He won the shot timer. And today's giveaway goes to Hank Striano, and he wins the Zalissi Green Dot Optic. So congratulations to you guys. I will be having some more giveaways in the near future. Also, when I went to the range today, I got to test out the new fiber optic sights I had put on my Smith & Wesson 686, and they are beautiful. They're VZ sights, and they light up like a Christmas tree. I get a lot of products to review, and I'd rather share them with you guys than to give them to strangers. So, you know what, Chicken Guy? I'm okay with the takedown of the Ruger RXM. I just like the fact that it's modular. I just bought, finally after a year, Magpul released the full-size grip module. So I just installed that. And you know, it's funny because even though it's touted as a Glock clone, but not by Ruger, Ruger does not call it a Glock clone, and they shouldn't. There are more differences than similarities between the RXM and the Glock. The grip module is outstanding. Magpul really knocked it out of the park for that. It's optic ready. It's got the tritium front night sight. And in my opinion, it shoots just as well as the Glock 19. I wish that Ruger would sell the fire control module separate for that. Um, I did see the Glock store. Yes, the magazines are compatible as well. Uh, I can use my Glock 19 mags in the uh, Ruger RXM. Yeah, I saw that weird 5.7 from Keltec. I'll be honest with you. I know Keltec is made in the USA, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a fan. I had a Keltec Sub 2000. I find their products to be very cheesy and very plasticky. And you know what? A lifetime warranty doesn't mean anything if your gun is constantly getting repaired. Um, and when you think about it, um, the Keltec Sub 2000 isn't really that much cheaper than the Smith & Wesson FPC. So I got rid of my Keltec Sub 2000 and I got rid of the Smith & Wesson FPC in 9mm, and I'll also now be getting one in 10mm because my new M&P pistol shares the same magazine, so that's cool. But anyway, I really like those sights from High-Vis. Normally, I usually think of True Glow, but I'm very pleased with High-Vis, and they are made in the USA, and they do have a lifetime warranty on the fiber optic sights. Yeah, I had a lot of. The other thing I don't like about the Keltec Sub 2000 is that when you put your cheek up against the buffer tube, you could really feel that bolt slamming back and forth. Um, and again, it just feels cheesy. It's a lot of plastic. And the thing I really don't like about the Keltec Sub 2000 is that they use a polymer feed ramp that's either going to melt or get distorted over time. So, you know, cheap is cheap, but I wouldn't buy it just because it's cheap. You know what, Zero Mayhem? That's the great thing about guns. There's calibers for everybody. I'm not really a fan of 9mm. I loves my 10 and 45. I do own 9mm because they're cheap to shoot. It would just never be my go-to or my favorite. But that's just me. People love them, and there's no reason not to. They're perfectly capable in self-defense. Yeah, Canics are affordable, and they are very good quality. I like the guns made in Turkey, and if you put the Canic side by side with a Walther, they almost look identical. It's almost like they must share technology. Um, and good morning to you, Bear. Thanks for joining. So we're getting very close now to 8,000 subscribers. So if you haven't done so, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to our channel. Watch as many videos as you can. Share our videos with as many people as you can. Leave comments. We receive our revenue based on how many videos are watched. And I think I have almost 900 videos now. And the revenue is how we purchase our firearms. So the new Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 10mm was purchased because of you guys. So thank you as well. Also, special thanks to the people who decided to join and become a member. That helps us as well. We are a small channel. I can't afford to buy a new gun every week out of my own pocket. So I have to rely on the revenue from the YouTube stream. I do receive a lot of products to review, so I will be giving away more products in the near future. I have the Canik TP9 SC. It's awesome, and you know that they shared technology with Walther, because the Canik even takes down the same way, um, just like the Walther. The slide lifts up instead of sliding off. And Unknown, bless you too. Jay Rose, welcome. Thank you all for joining us. And again, to those who just joined, I want to apologize again to my viewers for last week. I allowed the instigators to get the best of me and took me out of my normal realm. So I will not be letting that happen again. Of course, I had coffee. Jay Rose, I just purchased the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 10 millimeter. I shot it at the range today. It's a great shooter. I know you guys watched my stream. I badmouthed the Smith & Wesson pistols for a long time because I find the triggers to be very gritty. But the M&P 2.0 10 millimeter is a different trigger than the Shield and the Equalizer. It is a flat face trigger, and it's fairly smooth and shoots very well. I like it a lot. Well, you know what, Frank's Poe 70, you know what? Any gun you get, you can get a lemon, right? I mean, and Michael, hello. You know what, Bear? I never had an issue with any of my Glocks either. They all fire every time I pull the trigger. They all have I don't know. They eat everything. I just don't like that Glock sold out, and I just am not a Glock fan anymore. I'll get right to you, Vince. I would never part with any of my Glocks, but I would never buy another one. And Vince, that Charter Arms Bulldog is probably one of my favorite revolvers. A 44 Magnum is too much for carry, way too much over penetration. But that 44 Bulldog, man, that is a big bore, high powered gun that doesn't have much recoil, doesn't have much over penetration. It's an awesome gun. Charter Arms makes very good quality products. And, you know, way back when, Son of Sam made that gun famous. Well, unfortunately, Zero, none of my guns have kept me alive because I've never had to shoot at anybody. So, yes, it was David Berkowitz, correct. You know what, old grouchy guy, I carry every one of my guns, even my Colt Python. When I buy a revolver, I buy a 3-inch. The 2-inch snub nose is too small for controlling 357 Magnum, and the 4-inch is too large to conceal. And I find that the 3-inch barrel is just the right sweet spot. And if you have the right holster and a good gun belt, you can carry anything. This is a holster I had custom made for my Colt Python. And that gun is heavy. I got the Colt Python Combat Elite. And I carry that with no problem. Again, the whole key is a good holster and a good gun belt. I agree, Frank. My Glock 19X is one of my favorites. I like it a lot. It gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you the full size grip of a Glock 17 with the compact slide of the Glock 19. And again, thank you so much to our moderators. Um, like I said, I'm not going to let the instigators take me out of my game and uh, take me out of my element. We're going to just make you go away. So, anyway, this stream is for you guys. So, anything you guys want to discuss, um, as long as it's gun or Second Amendment related. You know what, Bear? Um, I'm left-handed and I love revolvers, and I don't find it awkward. I'm old. I grew up in the right-handed world. Um, everything I did was made for right-handed people. Heck, when I get my guns, I don't even care if they're ambidextrous uh, mag releases or slide releases. I still use my right hand, so it doesn't bother me a bit. The only thing I found awkward, um, a while back, I bought a Remington 308 bolt action rifle, and I did not know they make left-handed bolts, or I would have gotten one. That's a little awkward for me, using a right-handed bolt. Yeah, you know what, Zero Mayhem? We've talked about it many times, and I highly recommend the Zalissi optics. Um, I've done a lot of reviews. Matter of fact, they just sent me another one this weekend to review. Um, and for the money, it's impossible to beat the quality. Um, crystal clear lens. Um, they held up even on my 10 millimeter. And I got to tell you, I have hollow suns on some of my guns. I put my Zalissi up against my hollow sun 407 any day, and it's about half the price. So, uh, I'm not a big rifle guy there, Zero Factor, so I don't really have any thoughts on the Scout rifle. Yeah, the Ruger EC9 is a good gun. And Crevision, yes, I am ignoring your question. I am not getting into political discussions unless it refers to the Second Amendment. Gannon, welcome back, brother. Again, thank you for your service. Hope you're doing well. So now that I just bought the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 10 millimeter, now I have to buy the 10 millimeter folding carbine because it uses the same mags and you know what, Chris Kraft? That's an impossible question to answer. It really is. I mean, almost any modern day firearm, unless you get a Sky or a High Point, are reliable. Um, Glock set the gold standard for the polymer frame striker fired. Um, but again, like I said, since Glock sold out, I will never purchase another one. You know, Glock is almost like a cult. Everybody buys a Glock because everybody tells them you have to buy a Glock. Or they buy a Glock because they say, well, the cops use them. Well, cops use them because they win on contracts. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the best gun out there. But the Glock's not the only game in town. It's not the only gun that's reliable. Not the only gun that eats everything you feed it. It's not the only gun that goes bang every time. I have a Hellcat Pro, and that's a great gun too. Palmetto State is supposed to be coming out with a universal platform system where the parts are all interchangeable. The same fire control group will be used on rifles and pistols. So I've been waiting to see that. If I could only afford one rifle or handgun, what would it be? Okay. I guess it would be my Colt Python for my handgun because I just love that gun. And my Remington 308 bolt action. You know what, Zero Mayhem? You get what you pay for. The PSA dagger is okay, but it's you're not. I'm not going to put that $200 and something gun up against a Smith and Wesson or a Ruger or a Springfield. I do not know what gun JFK was shot with. Well, you know what, Bear? I've never been a fan of the Glock Gen 5. I happen to be a big fan of the Gen 3s. I like the grip module. I don't like the grip on the Glock Gen 5. My biggest gripe about Glock, though, is if you're going to promote a gun as a gun for personal protection, it should be optic ready right out of the box, just like the Ruger RXM, the Springfields, the Smith & Wessons, Savages. It goes on and on and on. And for Glock to force you to spend another $150 for a MOS version, that doesn't sit right with me. It should just, every Glock should have just been optic ready right out of the box. Everybody else is doing it. And you know what? It may be a good thing that Glock hasn't changed anything in 30 years, but also in 30 years, a lot of other companies who manufacture guns have come a long, long way and have either rivaled or exceeded Glock's quality. And I'm not sure that the quality of Glock is ever going to be what it used to be. I'm pretty sure now that Austin Glock is dead, his wife Catherine is going to just run that company right into the ground. And how do you go from discontinuing all your flagship guns to coming out with a V series in a month, and then a month after that, come out with the Gen 6, which, by the way, the Gen 6 is still not optic ready, and it's still not modular. And that's the other thing. Every gun now that's manufactured should be modular, like the Springfield, the Ruger RXM, Sig Sauer. You should be able to change grip modules, slides, barrels, etc., just by removing the fire control unit. And if you want a new grip module, then you don't need to go to an FFL. You know what? I'm not sure I agree with that statement that no one has beat the quality of a Glock. The reason for that is because the Glock trademark just ran out because it's 30 damn years old. None of the other guns have been out for 30 years. So, and let me tell you this, I will guarantee you that the V series and the Gen 6 are not going to be as good and as reliable as the predecessors. But again, the Glock reliability is based on 30 years. All right. What's the Ruger RXM been out? A year? Springfield Echelon, 2 years? At most, some of these guns are out for 5 years. So you can't say nobody's beat Glock's quality because I still think almost every gun I have, the quality is at least as good as a Glock. Steve, I wouldn't tell you to sell them all, but I got to tell you, 10 millimeter is my favorite, and that's why I just bought another one. If it were me, I'd go with the 10. And yes, if I had to get rid of a 9 and a 45 to buy it, it's worth it. And it's not a caliber wars thing. I just like the 45 and the 10 millimeter. And, like I said many times, when I was a kid and my daddy taught me to shoot, he taught me how to shoot a 45 Colt, and he taught me how to shoot a 357 Magnum. I was about 10 years old, and those are the guns that I started with. To answer your question, Steve, I would pass on the Springfield, to be honest with you. Now, I'm a huge fan of Springfield guns. Don't get me wrong. I love my Echelon. I love my Hellcat Pro. But the 10 millimeter Springfields, unless you're getting a 1911 style like the Springfield Ronin, now that's worth having. But the XD series, not Springfield's best work. They're very plasticky and cheap feeling. I don't like them at all. However, I do have a Springfield Ronin 1911 and 10 millimeter. That's one of my favorites. But anyway, like I said, so I learned how to shoot on larger calibers. Mr. Guerrero, thanks for joining. I just mentioned earlier, I just purchased the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 10 millimeter. I just took it to the range this morning. Absolutely love it. Matter of fact, I was very surprised that the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 actually shoots better than my SIG X10 comp. The XD, yeah, I'm telling you, Steve, the XD series is not Springfield's best work. I had a XDM 45 for about a week. I couldn't stand it. I got rid of it. You know what, Reaper? I have the Smith & Wesson FPC in 9 millimeter, and now I'm going to buy the one in 10 millimeter because I just got the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 pistol in 10 millimeter, and it shares the same magazine, so that would be really cool. So I will be getting that probably in another month or so. And, failures could be a lot of things. Could be ammo, could be magazines, could be, you know, when a gun is brand new, you're going to get more failures until you put about 500 rounds through it. Yeah, the XD does look slick, but I'm telling you, I've been buying Springfields for years, and I love my Springfields, but the XD series is not their best quality work. I would never buy another one. I had my 45, didn't like it at all. I got rid of it, and I got the Glock 30. Now, their 1911s are awesome. Their Echelon is awesome. I wish the Echelon would have came in 10 millimeter. And the Hellcat Pro is also one of my favorites. And thank you for that, Duke. I appreciate it. Springfield Prodigy is nice. And I just bought a Springfield Emissary. And that is also one of my favorite guns. That is badass. Everything is beneficial there, Duke. So I appreciate it all. I appreciate all the subscribers. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. That's how we make revenue to buy more guns to review for you guys. A lot of people purchase super chats and super stickers, and that helps as well. Some of you also have joined their channel and purchased membership. That also helps. We are growing, but we're still small, and I can't afford to buy a new gun out of my own pocket every week or every month to review. So I have to count on the revenue from our channel. So watch as many videos as you can. We get paid based on watch hours. Like our videos. When you like and share them, the algorithm winds up pushing them out to more people. But like I said, Springfield makes a lot of great guns. In my opinion, the XD is just not their best guns. Thank you, Mr. Garrido. I really appreciate that, brother. And watch our videos. I have almost 900 of them out there. I'm sure I've reviewed almost every product, gun, and holster there is. I just received another gun belt this week to review from Core Essentials. This is their Navy nylon belt. I also received a new bag from 945 Industries. It's called the Morph bag. It's just like the older one, only it's expandable. So I'll be reviewing those shortly as well. I received air protection from Shell Shock Protection. I'll be reviewing them as well. Oh, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. For recreation home defense, do I have any recommendations for shotgun? I absolutely do, Mr. Garrido. I personally prefer the Mossberg 500. I have the Mossberg 500 Persuader with a pistol grip that I use for home defense. I did take the pistol grip off it and put a collapsible folding stock on it because 12 gauge with a pistol grip is a little difficult to control. But that Mossberg 500's been around a long, long time. And Steve, if you have any suggestions, I've been doing some instructional videos because a lot of people have asked for them. So I did one on shooter ready stances. I'll be doing one on transition shooting and more on dry fire training. I get more and more people every week um, asking me to do some instructional shooting videos, so we'll be doing them as well. And it is 12:30. I'm just keeping track of time. What shells would I use for home defense shotgun? Um, I use 000 buck personally. Um, Probably would have a problem with over penetration, but it's just my wife and I, and we always know where each other are, so I'm not really worried about it. Um, the Ruger 870 pump is a nice gun. The Beretta is nice as well. Yeah, 9 pellet will work. I mean, realistically, at close range, um, you know, even buckshot will do the job, but you want something a little more than that. I mean, even birdshot, but you want something a little more than that. For the money, though, Bear, I still think the Ruger, I still think the Mossberg 500 is the best shotgun for the buck. We have an 870, and I like it a lot. But that costs a lot more money than the Ruger. I don't know why I keep saying Ruger. It costs a lot more money than the Mossberg 500. Another hot day here in Tennessee. It's in the 80s today. And again, we have a bunch of new people on this chat right now. For those that are new, we do this chat every Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock Eastern and every Saturday at 12 noon. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to our channel. I would appreciate that. And we don't do anything formal here. This is for you guys. You guys requested this chat, and that's why we do it. I love the relationship I have with my viewers and subscribers, and I like that we share information. So if you have any questions, there's no question that's too stupid. The only thing that's stupid is not asking. Yeah, Mossberg is a great shotgun. And the 870 is great as well. It just costs a lot more. And for home defense, um, I mean, you don't get much more reliable than the pump action shotgun, right? So, and like I said, this stream is for you guys. So if you have comments, good or bad, about firearms or the Second Amendment you want to discuss, feel free to put them in there. Ask questions. We have a little less than a half hour left. I am so far behind on my reviews. I get so many holsters sent to me to review. I really should start asking for them in right-handed because they're all left-handed, and I wind up throwing them in the garbage because I don't really know any left-handed people that shoot. But I look forward to reviewing that new carry bag from 945 Industries and the new belt from Core Essentials. I've been wearing Core Essential belts for over 3 years now. I wear them 7 days a week, and they're virtually indestructible and the best money can buy. Not the cheapest, but I highly subscribe to the philosophy, buy once, cry once. Nothing worse than buying a product and having to keep replacing it. Yeah, I've done sporting clays, Duke. The outdoor range that we go to has a brand new trap and skeet range. I just really suck at it. I'm a handgun guy. I'm really not a big rifle and shotgun guy, uh, but I do own them and shoot them once in a while for recreation. But and Avnor, hello to you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm glad the warmer weather's coming. The outdoor range I go to, um, if you drive up to the top, it's basically a big open field with these poles that you staple your target to. And I really like that because you could move laterally forward and backward and roll on the ground and shoot and do all kind of crazy stuff. Um, and that's the range I use when I teach my personal protection class because, to be honest, you go to a gun range and you're in a port that's about that wide and you get tunnel vision. In the real world, in a gunfight, you're never going to be shooting straight on. Either you're going to be moving or your opponent's going to be moving. I appreciate that, Johnny World 8450. Thank you so much. Yeah, I also prefer the outdoor range. The indoor range I went to today, only because I wanted to test out the new fiber optic sights on my Smith & Wesson 686 and try out the new M&P 2.0. But the ventilation's horrible. You walk out of there and you can taste gunpowder in the back of your throat. I prefer the outdoors as well. Flemington, yeah. I remember the good old days when I used to live in New Jersey, the Pine Barrens down there, and uh, there used to be Ray's sporting range down in, I think it was Somerville or Springfield. If you live in North Jersey, um, Gun for Hire range is the best gun range in the tri-state area. It's just a phenomenal place. They have a restaurant, they have a store, a little mini mall. It's awesome. And we got about 15 minutes left. I'm hoping that, with DC court striking down the ban on mags that can handle more than 10 rounds, I hope that actually winds up changing the law in New Jersey, too, because that 10-round magazine law is just stupid, right? I mean, if you're going to deem people uh, competent and qualified to carry a firearm, then why are you limiting how many rounds they can carry? Favorite small arms caliber? 10 millimeter and 45, hence ProGun 45. No, New Jersey does not obey federal law. And the worst thing is that this new governor that they elected, um, she's worse than Governor Murphy. Dewey Brown, hello to you. Yeah, 45 is awesome. Well, that's just like New Jersey is now trying to consider churches sensitive areas that you can't carry in. Another thing they're trying to do in New Jersey is that if you have a negligent discharge, they're going to charge you as a felon, and then you won't be able to own a gun anymore. I mean, it's just bizarre that New Jersey started issuing gun permits, and since they started issuing permits, people have been losing gun rights. I just don't get it. But I do see some cities like West Milford, New Jersey, and there's a growing number of cities in New Jersey now that are starting to refund money for pistol permits and carry permits. So that's a good thing. I mean, that's another thing. How do you charge people money for their constitutional right? And I don't understand how that works. Yes, in these violent times where you're not safe anywhere. You're not safe at the mall. You're not safe at church. You're not safe at home. You're not safe at work. Everybody should be able to carry a firearm. You can't count on law enforcement to protect you. They can't be everywhere. And you just never know anymore when this stuff is going to happen or when we're going to be attacked. So, West Virginia has allowed the government to sell machine guns to the civilians. And now it looks like Kentucky is ready to follow suit. Another thing in Second Amendment news is it looks like the state of Michigan is set to be the 30th constitutional carry state. Let me tell you, I mean, I'm really happy about it, but I didn't see that one coming at all, considering that, Michigan has a Democratic governor. I didn't see that one coming at all, but good for Michigan. At least they're smart enough to realize that if you live in Detroit, only the bad guys have guns. Unlike that that dumbass governor of Illinois, where they make it impossible to own and carry a gun, but yet people get shot and killed by the dozens every day. Barbara Bumbra, thank you for that. I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean that's good. With Michigan, hopefully that'll go through, and they will be the 30th constitutional carry state. It's also good to see a state like that that's not a liberal state. I mean, just like look what happened in Virginia. I mean, one election changed it all. And again, for those who joined late, we do giveaways from time to time. And the winner of the Zohan shot timer is Ozzy Osbourne. And the winner of the Zulisi optic is Hank Striano. So again, congratulations, guys, and thank you. and we will be doing giveaways in the near future. My opinion on what's going on in Iran is got nothing to do with guns, so I'm not going to answer that. And again, I'm proud of myself for not going off like I did last week. And again, I apologize to all the viewers. Last week, I let the idiots get the best of me and caused me to go off of my game. And I did have people leave me comments afterwards wanting to know why the tone of the channel has changed, and it has not. We will just make you go away now. And just like GTX, you're going away. So now I just make people go away, as do my moderators, but I'm not going to retaliate with venom like I did last week. And thank you for that, Duke. I try to do a good job. Can't make everybody happy, but I do what I can. But I know we're doing something right, because when people complain and people try to agitate, that means that YouTube is pushing us out to more and more people, and we're getting known. So I guess that's a good thing. All right, we got about 10 minutes left, guys. So again, this is your stream, whatever you guys want to discuss. Any comments or statements you want to make? And again, special thanks to our moderators. We couldn't possibly do this without you guys. I know they've been keeping us all busy lately, but that's okay. And if anyone's got any suggestions for future videos they'd like to see, leave them in the comments. I'll do what I can. I also have a new gun to review. It's not mine. The gunsmith gave it to me to review. And this is the new CZ Shadow 2 Compact. And it's an awesome gun. It's got a 4-inch barrel made out of aluminum alloy frame, so it's a little bit lighter. But it's a heck of a gun, so I'll be reviewing that today sometime. And yes, Ted, the good and bad of social media. But you know what? Like they always say, even bad publicity is better than none. So I am curious, though, where Senator Mike Lee from Utah's constitutional carry bill winds up, or even how far it gets. But I will be following that. I mean, we know it doesn't have a chance at all, but just the fact that it's being introduced is a good sign. In Tennessee, we have a bunch of people running for governor, so I have a decision to make. I need to find out which one of them is the most pro-Second Amendment. I know Governor Lee appears to be a Second Amendment guy, but turns out he's really just a rhino. Even though he gave us constitutional carry at the same time when the court ruled that the Tennessee law of the intent to go armed was unconstitutional. Governor Lee and the Attorney General appealed that decision. So, on one hand, you're claiming to be pro-Second Amendment, and on another hand, you're screwing us over. I know we have Senator Marsha Blackburn running, and I know she supports President Trump, but anyway, but I encourage you guys to do the same thing, man. I check the state of Tennessee's government website every other week to find out about what gun bills are being discussed. And hello to MVP Basher and Alan. Hello to you. You guys joined late. We got about 6 minutes left. We do this stream every Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock Eastern and every Saturday at 12 noon. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel, watch our videos. We always get people that join at the last minute, and I feel bad that they join and we end it in 5 minutes, but I do have to keep a timeline on this because I do have stuff to do. And I am backed up with reviews. And I don't understand what your question means there, Logan. So now my next revolver I'm looking at, I'm pretty sure I made up my mind to go with the Colt Viper over the King Cobra. I'm just making Logan go away, that's all. Again, I'm proud of myself. I didn't allow the agitators to get to me today, nor will they get to me in the future. We will just make you go away. Not going to give you the satisfaction of acknowledging you. And I see that there's been a lot of no hazmat free sales going on lately, so that's always good. Kills me when you find the powder that you want on sale and the hazmat fee costs more than the powder. And this is going to be another way the government's trying to control us. This hazmat fee is new. It only happened a couple of years ago. And you watch, the government, they're going to start controlling primers, cases, bullets. You're not going to be able to even make your own ammo in a few years. David, to answer your question, I have not seen a Metro Arms 1911. And I have not seen the Smith & Wesson CSX E-Series either. Sorry about that, but if I don't know. I'll tell you I don't know. I won't just make up stuff. And Brad, hello to you. Thanks for joining. Did join a little late. We only got 2 minutes left. We do this stream at 12 o'clock noon Eastern on Saturday and 8 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday night. So this stream will end at 1 o'clock. So this is a 2-minute warning. What was that I said about ammo? What I said about ammo is the government doesn't want us to own guns. They don't want us to own ammo. I'm betting you're going to see an ammo shortage in the near future. And they're probably going to start controlling primers and brass and bullets and powder and regulate the crap out of that because they don't want us to have ammo. So my suggestion, stock up on primer and powder now. I did that before the pandemic. I had probably 10,000 primers and about 10 pounds of powder. And during the pandemic, didn't stop me. I was able to reload my ammo anytime I want it. You don't start building the ark after it rains. So, 48 degrees in New Jersey. It's 80 degrees in Tennessee. Yeah, they're rookie numbers. That's only because I used them all. I do have about 50,000 rounds of ammo on my workbench, so they're not really rookie numbers. It's I used them and haven't replaced them yet. And I would snag the primers now, like Bass Pro has got Winchester primers for $49.99 a thousand. That's almost pre-pandemic prices. Well, Duke, it's going to be like 80 degrees here in Tennessee for like the next week. All right, guys, it is 1 o'clock. Thank you all so much for joining. Thanks to those who subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, please do so. Thanks for the donations, and thank you to the people that purchase memberships and stickers and live chats. That's how we buy stuff to review on the channel. And we'll see you again next week. Thank you all.